on, and this is an ET Now exclusive, and it's to do with Route Mobile, which has closed at 800 plus crore QIP. Joining us is the top management. We're joined by Gautam Badalia, Chief Strategy Officer at Route Mobile. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us here. So the QIP, tell us more about it. What do you plan to do with the 800 crore plus that has been raised, and what kind of a response did you see for this QIP?
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. And thanks for having me here. So in terms of the QIP, I think, so we just consummated one transaction. So we, as part of our inorganic strategy, we, there were two broad strategies that we are working on rather at this point in time. One is geographical expansion. So we forayed into LATAM. We acquired a company called Massivian. We just closed the transaction right now. And that was about a $47.5 million transaction. Out of which 63% was paid upfront. $30 million was paid upfront. That was paid from the internal accruals of the company. So we wanted to be well capitalized, and considering the, CPaaS is one of the fastest growing sectors in the world right now. It is kind of a structural change that is happening in the enterprise communication ecosystem, where CPaaS is increasingly becoming the backbone of enterprise communication. We felt we should be, there was a need to kind of raise this capital. So we've raised about $115 million of growth capital, essentially to pursue organic and inorganic growth strategies. And it was very well received by the investors. We had 1x plus long only demand. We've already consummated the transaction, and we are now well capitalized, have enough dry powder to pursue some other opportunities, both on geographical expansion as well as product line expansion.
Okay, so you're going to be using this primarily for the growth story, not as much as for a balance sheet bolstering as such. But when you talk about the expansion, let's talk about the product expansion, for example. What exactly is on the anvil?
So if you recollect, about a couple of months back, we acquired a company or capabilities around email. So we are now investing into that email capability. We already registered a company by the name of SendClean within US, and largely in terms of the TAM, we are targeting the English-speaking countries. Besides that, as I said, we are very strong in terms of the transport layer. Now looking at moving up the value chain into the application layer, where we are looking at adding capabilities like a virtual contact center. We're looking at adding capabilities around CDP, that's customer data platform. So these are some of the areas where we're looking at in terms of the product line expansion.
Gautam, in addition to that, also wanted to understand how the Massivian SES acquisition synergy is really panning out for you, and whether or not this is margin accretive for the company.
So we were always looking at geographies which are very, very, has tremendous growth potential, and we could figure out, through our expertise in the domain, that LATAM was one market where average time spent by a user on the mobile handset happens to be among the best in the world. So Massivian essentially was an opportunity, or it is essentially a beachhead. They are kind of leaders in Colombia, having significant market share there with large enterprises, and have decent presence in Peru as well. So we're going to use Massivian as a beachhead to springboard into some of the adjoining markets in LATAM. In terms of the deal economics, the deal is significantly accretive. As I said, they are leaders there, so they are able to command a lot of pricing from the enterprises, and hence this acquisition is significantly accretive from the shareholders of Route Mobile. Besides that, on the operator side of our business, we see tremendous opportunities at this point in time in LATAM. Essentially, at this point in time, we are deploying a lot of our operator stack, case in point being firewall. Firewall stacks are being deployed in a lot of operators in LATAM, and with Massivian, we are also going to play. It is going to be significantly synergistic from an operator standpoint as well, operator stack deployment standpoint as well.
Right. Okay, good to have you on the show. Thank you so much, Gautam, for taking the time out and speaking with us today.